All right, I got all my garb laid out. We're ready to start cutting the bumper. We decided the 3" is going to be just about perfect. You can see that'll pull it in nice. So there used to be a bracket kind of like sitting back here. We don't really need it anymore. We're pushing it in. We're doing a custom app anyway. So we're going to see you. Put that away. The old bumper, we don't need that. Now we got a big hole where we used to bolt in. And normally, sure, we could fill that. But instead, what we're going to do is actually put that into the cut. And now we were saving ourselves the work of having to fill a hole as well. So we'll lay it out with tape and try to do it nice and square, get it in a good flat area. Now the only issue with this is, let's say you want to cut on the outside of the tape. Now you've got the width of your cut blade, which is going to throw your piece off and you don't have a good accurate cut. So instead, one of the things I like to do is do a back tape. So you just pull a piece off, put it right like this. Now just pretend you're the bumper. And, oh, where'd you go? Okay. And put one line on either side. See if I can do this. Put it over here. Now, once you pull the tape, poof, you're left with a perfect cut. And each edge gets right to the side and get really accurate with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you over here. Do the same thing. Put it on. Whoop. Put it on. Pull the center. Cut it, and we're gonna use a 4" cutoff wheel. This sucker, this will hurt you. So I'm gonna get my ear protection on, get my gloves, put these on, cut it out, be back. All right, we're just about ready on this thing. Oh, get my ears back on. We got the muckety muck that's on the back. You can see all the rust. Now the problem with a bumper is that it's been chrome plated. So even on the front where, yeah, it looks clean, there's still a layer of nickel that's underneath. That's what gives it the shine. The chrome is actually on top of that. That's what gives it the protection. And you've got to grind through that. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of porosity in your weld. This was a flash chrome, and you can tell most of the factory pieces, they get a nice bumper stamped, they run it through a quick nickel and a chrome, whereas like a re-chrome would have copper underneath. You do that copper kind of like a primer, you sand it and get it right. So I'm gonna go ahead, you can see I'm holding it up here, and it's pretty decent. I went ahead and got this side flat with a file, and that one looks nice and flat. The other one's kind of messed up. And we've also got, I'm gonna hold it up here, you can see we've got a little bit of a dent that was left from our bumper bolt. So I want to get rid of that, and basically what we'll do, get up on the bench and hammer that one out. Now, this is no different than any other sheet metal. It just happens to be thicker. So we'll put it on the table, kind of use that. Use an anvil if you have it, and give it a little tap. Watch your ears. Yeah, it's pretty close. A little another shot. That ought to work. Now, go ahead and put it on the sander. I'm lucky enough to have a big 20" disc sander. These work great. I'm gonna touch it off, get it flat. That ought to work. All right, Byrd, you ready? I'll be ready. Now we'll hold it up here. I bet our fit is a lot nicer.
Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, that ought to work. We'll go ahead and we'll do the beads first. So, all right, I'm ready.
Ready, Wayne?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hot. Okay, let's get that bead right there. All right, like I bring you in cold and make you weld right off the bat. Okay, we're gonna get this tacked in. Looking pretty good. We'll be ready to finish it off. All right, welcome back. We've got our bumper welded. Now, our first step is to take a big hard wheel like this on an electric grinder. It'll go really fast, knock it off, and it'll get down to where you can work it. It'll also save your 36 grit grinder from wearing out so fast. These things are expensive, and the nickel and the chrome will really wear them out.
Yeah. Yeah, once you're done with that, make sure you walk up on it, because you don't want to leave big gouges. But once you've hit it with the 36 grit, got your flat file, really kind of work it and get it nice and smooth from one piece into the next. Now, all of our location on this panel is basically in line with the original bumper. So the front side looks nice and smooth after you re-chrome it, but the back edge just sort of falls out. Now what you can do is get yourself a nice little tape line, get the curvature that you like, and then you can come back later, grind that to the tape line. The backside will look good too.
Perfect. Also, once you get this welded, a lot of times it'll make a little peak straight through this top. You can see we got a little bit of that going on. And a good way to do that is once you get it somewhere in this neighborhood, put it upside down, just like when we were fixing the dent, and you can kind of hammer it out from the backside, refile it, get it down to, you know, preferably 400-600 grit. You can get it to that point. You really make your chromer's life a lot easier and assure yourself that you're going to get a good quality product at the end.
Yeah, you're just going to work on it a little bit. Now, anything about a project like this, not only do you look a little cooler with a bumper shaved in, you're about this much less likely to get into an accident.
That's what you think. Usually once you fix your bumper, that's the moment when you're going to get in a wreck. Yeah.